On September 30th, the skies over New York and New Jersey were gloomy as the dark clouds enveloped them, bringing an unprecedented flood. Two of the largest and most vibrant states in the U.S. found themselves submerged in water, presenting enormous challenges not only in terms of infrastructure but also human resources. In these crucial moments, the quality and speed of response from both the authorities and the community to this severe weather will determine everything. The aftermath of the heavy rain led to an emergency situation in both states. In the northwest region of New Jersey, many cars remained submerged, demonstrating the terrifying power of the downpour. It's not just the flooding, but the rate of rainfall that has painted a picture of devastation. In some places, the floods resulted in vehicles getting stranded, streets being closed off, and travel delays. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy quickly responded to the situation. He stated that all 21 counties of the state are enduring severe weather conditions ranging from heavy rains to flash floods.
More person. Freaking.
State offices closed early, but essential and emergency workers continued their duties. In particular, areas in the north and center of the state are facing large amounts of rainfall, leading to dangerous situations. New York, not to be outdone, is also grappling with a similar situation. Governor Kathy Hochul declared a state of emergency across all of New York City, Long Island, and the Hudson Valley. Evening. The heavy rainfall resulted in many events being canceled. For instance, the opener between the Phillies and Mets in Queens was called off. Rain engulfed the New York metropolitan area with astounding force on Friday, collapsing some subway and commuter rail lines, stranding drivers on highways, flooding basements, and shutting down terminals at LaGuardia Airport for hours as one of the city's wettest days in decades. Immediate attention turned to the residents living in flood-prone areas 2 years after the remnants of Hurricane Ida caused basement flooding that killed 11 people in Queens. Many of those apartments, often rented to immigrants or others in need of affordable housing, are not legally permitted for rental and lack adequate means of escape during flooding. Advice for all? Plan your exit route. Don't wait for the water to be knee-deep before moving. Don't wait till it's too late. According to weather officials and the city, nearly 7 inches of rain had fallen in parts of Brooklyn by midday, with at least one location receiving 2.5 inches in just an hour. Streets in Windsor Terrace in Brooklyn, a neighborhood built on a hillside, were submerged within minutes under flowing water speckled with white ice sheets, right as schools were opening their doors. Boys and girls waded through the deep water on 11th Avenue to get to the elementary school, while neighbors tried to clear thick fallen leaves from the storm drains using rakes. By the end of the day, the overall attendance rate in public schools had dropped about 77%, after hovering around 90% earlier in the week. Notably, several dozen schools across Brooklyn saw over 40% of the students absent. Scenes of both calm and tension played out across the city depending on how heavy the rainfall was. Waist-deep rivers formed beneath the arched bridges in Central Park. The storm wreaked havoc on the busiest streets and highways, flooding sections of the FDR Drive and shutting down the Belt Parkway. Hoboken, a frequently flooded area, saw conditions deteriorate further. Mayor Ravi Bala urgently advised residents to stay indoors as the situation was expected to worsen. Although no casualties were reported in Hoboken, local fire departments responded to numerous calls, mainly to pump water from flooded basements. On September 2nd, 2023, areas of Las Vegas, including the famous Las Vegas Strip, were immersed in a storm that left the desert city drenched with heavy rainfall. Las Vegas is located in a desert region, so dry and hot weather is common here. During the summer, temperatures can soar to very high levels, especially in July and August. Rainfall is usually scattered and occasionally heavy, leading to flooding and downpour events.
We got submarines here in Las Vegas.
Strong winds and thunderstorms were also associated with the storm. The National Weather Service had warned of flash floods, dangerous lighting, and gusty winds that would continue. Residents were advised to avoid driving through the flooded areas. The iconic Las Vegas Strip resembled a river on the weekend following severe flooding. The city and surrounding areas in northern Nevada were affected by the fast-moving storm and heavy rain on Friday, September 1st, causing cars to be stranded and leaving thousands without power. By evening, over 2 inches of rain had fallen in Rhodes Ranch, with more than 1.5 inches recorded at South Point on Las Vegas Boulevard. On Friday, Las Vegas recorded 0.88 inches of rain, which might not sound like much, but it's nearly 3 times their average monthly September rainfall. It marked the wettest September day in 11 years for this typically arid region. Over 4,000 people in the Las Vegas Valley experienced power outages.
Cash out.
The city is bracing for even heavier rains, with flash flood warnings extending into Saturday evening. Major intersections, such as Las Vegas Boulevard and Cheyenne Avenue, became congested as drivers found themselves trapped in rapidly rising floodwaters. Muddy floodwaters flowed along the strip, passing beneath the famous casinos and the iconic high roller Ferris wheel, causing flooding in hotels and casinos. More than 4,000 people in the Las Vegas Valley experienced power outages. The city is gearing up for even heavier rainfall with ongoing flash flood warnings. Around 700 flights were delayed and over 100 were canceled due to the weather. The National Weather Service issued warnings for people not to cross flooded roads as residents and tourists cope with the aftermath of the flooding. On Sunday, Las Vegas residents were exhausted after 2 days of heavy rain that flooded the streets, necessitating numerous water rescues and leading to the closure of a portion of Interstate 15 to the south of the city. Last month, the city experienced rain from Tropical Storm Hillary that covered the Las Vegas Strip and required underwater rescues. In addition to flooding streets and sidewalks in Las Vegas, the heavy rainfall also caused all lanes of I-15 to the south of Jean to be shut down. However, officials announced on Saturday evening that all the lanes on the interstate had been reopened once again. The heavy rain also forced officials to close roads leading to the Black Rock Desert, where Burning Man Festival takes place. Cars driving through flooded roads on the Las Vegas Strip.
Was that Uber?
People witnessed cars navigating through the dangerous waterlogged streets, and many areas of the famous strip had turned into rushing torrents. Floodwaters engulfed the strip, flowed through casinos, and reached toward the renowned high roller Ferris wheel. Both Las Vegas Boulevard and Cheyenne Avenue were blocked as drivers struggled with the wet conditions. Some downpours caused damage to at least one resort, hotel, and Harrah's Casino in Las Vegas. Many vehicles became stranded along Highway 127 due to multiple rounds of heavy rainfall. As a result, Highway 127 has been closed due to flooding, and aircraft have been tasked with searching for more stranded vehicles. One driver was rescued from a trapped vehicle while others abandoned their vehicles. Advice for you: if you feel unsafe or the situation seems unstable, stop and wait until the water recedes or conditions improve. Residents are urged to stay indoors unless absolutely necessary. Flooding on roads is ongoing, and underwater rescue operations are taking place throughout the Las Vegas Valley. Frankfurt, Germany endured 2.5 inches of rain in a span of 3 hours on Wednesday evening, resulting in flooded airport runways. Over 70 flights were canceled, affecting around 1,000 passengers in one of Europe's busiest tourist hubs. Some passengers slept in makeshift camp beds, while many had to spend the night at the airport hotels. A storm swept through southwestern Germany, unleashing a massive amount of water and producing over 25,000 lightning strikes in just an hour. More than 350 cases of water entering buildings and 17 fallen trees were reported, with additional personnel being called in to assist. Fire authorities indicated that streets, wine cellars, and low-lying residential areas were quickly inundated, while fallen trees damaged vehicles. In some areas, parked vehicles were submerged, and some roads were only navigable by inflatable boats. Experts suggested that climate change is increasing the frequency and severity of flooding incidents. If you'd like to express your feelings about this video, or you have some personal stories to share, please let us know by putting your comments or experiences in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to watch the best and latest videos from us.